center of gravity, because your battery is going to be more traditionally top mounted above the prop line, as opposed to the slammed edition, which lowers the battery, as Jeff will show you later on. So let's get right into this. All right, we've got all our parts laid out and organized. 4 arms, 2 bottom plate sections. This is the rear section of the top plate. This is the front section of the top plate. We've got a little nose stiffener piece. You'll see how that works. And 2 camera plates. And for standoffs, we've got 2 different sizes of standoffs, and there are 4 of each. They look similar, so line them up and you can see which is which. Oh, and of course a top plate battery pad. We can go ahead and stick that on right away, because why not? Grab your big top plate piece, line up the cutouts. If you want, you can just knock out a few of them to get it lined up, and then stick it on and knock out the rest. Press it down. Then we can just go through, get rid of the rest of the cutouts. I'm gonna leave the protective film on. It's kind of like the last step I'll do at the very end, like when you get a brand new cell phone. To start assembly, we are going to start by attaching the arms to the 2 bottom plate sections. That's going to be done with the long screws. Let's start by grabbing the 2 bottom plate sections, and one of them has press nuts. That's what the screws are going to thread up into. The side with the press nuts has the rear of the quad. The side without the press nuts has the nose of the quad. So that means the 2 pieces are going to come together like that, and the arms are going to be between them. Now, what's pretty cool about assembling this is you'll notice that the arms have a slot right there for the rear screw as well as the flight controller screw, which means that when you go to remove these arms, it's going to be really easy. You'll only have to take out the one that goes through the hole, and then you can slide it out. This is also going to help with your assembly. So what that's going to enable us to do is attach the 2 bottom plate pieces together just by threading a little bit of the screws in for the 4 that are in the center. We've got the 4 center screws threaded in there, and now with it like that, you can just insert the arms into place and then do the other screws. So it'll just slide right in. The arms are actually symmetrical, so that's really nice. You don't have to worry about getting it one way or the other, or aligning your arm tips, or just slide it in, you'll be good to go. Grab another one of your long screws, pass it through the hole in the arm, and just give that another couple of turns. Still want it to be pretty loose, we just are getting everything in place before we tighten it up. I do recommend using Loctite on all these screws. You can do that as you go. I'm skipping it now to save time, or if you want to get everything assembled and then go back and add Loctite all in one go, you can do that too. Loctite's not a bad idea to keep this thing together as you're actually flying it. So now we have 8 of the long screws in place. We started by putting the 4 inner screws in, sliding the arms into place, and then putting the 4 outermost screws into place. We can go ahead and tighten this down now. Not cranking these down super tight, I'm just snugging them all up, and then I'm going to go around and really tighten them up, kind of like the wheel of a car. I'm going to go around and snug them all up so that it gets all flushed up and mated properly. Good job! So the next thing we're going to do is address the nose of the drone. One that looks like this. This is going to go down on the inside of the drone frame on top of the top plate. So the inside of the drone frame is indicated by the side that has the press nuts. The bolt caps are going to be on the outside, so this is the inside. We're going to take this and we're going to set it there. So the 4 medium screws are going to pass through the nose of the lower bottom plate as well as the stiffener piece and thread into a standoff. You have 8 standoffs, 2 different sizes. Grab the longer ones for the front. There we go. We've got the 2 bottom plates sandwiching the arms, and we've got the front stiffener held down by the front 4 long standoffs. Now we're going to do the rear 4 standoffs. These are the slightly shorter size. The 2 standoffs that are closer to the rear arms are attached via a screw that passes through both bottom plates. See how this protrudes? This just kind of holds everything together and adds a little bit of strength. And that's why you have 2 long screws left over. These are the same length of screw that we use to attach the arms. So these pass through the lower bottom plate, go next to the arm and through the upper bottom plate, and then thread into your standoff there. Now the only screws we have left are the short ones, so we'll grab those and do the rearmost standoffs. Okay, before we put the top plates on, we want to get the camera plates in place. So we are going to insert them into the tabs that are in the bottom plates. The tab goes all the way through the stiffener piece and the lower bottom plates, so you should see it come flush with the bottom. And you want them oriented like that, so this front cutout is facing forward. This is going to give you clearance for 3D printed pieces for mounting micro cameras that slide over the standoff, which means you can use the camera plates here for some additional stiffness while also having camera mounts that maybe go over the standoff. So you got clearance for that. With the camera plates in place, grab the front section of the top plate, insert it onto the vertical camera plates. Grab 2 short screws, thread that into the 2 front standoffs. Don't do the second set of standoffs yet, because the next set requires the screw to go through both top plate pieces. So grab the other top plate piece, get it in place. Grab your 2 remaining medium screws and pass those through both pieces of carbon. Finish it off, take the remaining short screws and get them into place. If you like these little landing feet, you can go ahead and stick those on. Peel the backing, stick it on the bottom of your arm. And that's it. Our frame is fully assembled, just like a brand new cell phone. Oh yeah, such a satisfying. So that's how you assemble the Rotor Riot Flow Regular Edition. We're going to have Jaboy Vortex walk us through